Are we doing it? Are we like, is this it? Is this it? Please stop doing that because everything sounds awful in these earphones. Everything's shit. Everything's badly.
Everything is badly. Nice one. How you doing?
All right.
What the fuck was that? Are you drinking a hot drink?
I'm drinking tea. I'm wearing.
What? I'm wearing. Remember, Judd? Don't you remember the rules that I've set out for us that you never got to decide? No.
I'm wearing like the loosest fitting clothes I could find. I've just got in the shower, a nice hot shower. I'm having a nice cup of tea. I just thought, fuck it. I've turned into my mother.
You just need to turn your microphone down a tiny bit on the actual microphone, Judd. But
yes.
I was saying before the podcast started, why are you wearing why does it look like you're wearing a hospital gown? Is this the Rona update? Are you coming straight back from the hospital?
That'd be great. That'd be so good. If I just showed up one time like raving, there were sirens in the distance, I was covered in blood and wearing a nursing gown.
Oh no! What is that? Just a top you own? Why is it so huge?
It's my granddad's. I had nothing to just sit about in, like, you know, for just. I have shirts like just normal shirts, but I had nothing that I could just wear and just be really fucking comfy in, apart from my dressing gown, which. I'm not just gonna sit here in my dressing gown. When I'm doing a podcast, I would just do it anyway. But yeah. So I just stole my granddad's one. So I was like,
that's
quite
funny. Well,
yes.
What's your updates then, Judd? Do you have any Rona updates? Do you have anything like that?
I've actually got like quite a big life update.
Oh, you got a big life update.
Yeah. Somebody who works on the building site with me has said they're gonna take me on as an apprentice dryliner, so I can learn drylining as a trade against my will. He's just taking me.
What's that?
He's just gone. You're mine. It's sort of just it's fitting. It's sort of making like the start, like a wall basically, and
you mean like drywalling? Essentially.
Yeah, drywalling, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
it's plaster.
It's not plaster. All right, okay. Plastering is when you put plaster over what the drywalls have already done. So that's plastering. Drywalling is before that. So it's before that. But it's putting up boards to make a wall, essentially.
But is it good podcast content?
I mean, it's not gonna be like I'm probably going to come home and you're probably gonna go, "How's your day been, Jordan?" And I'm gonna say, "I put up a board," and then a board on top of that. Yeah, I made another wall.
What do you think was gonna happen?
Yeah, but I do know that they pay you very, very well. There's pretty much always gonna be work, and it's just it's just the start of me actually having a life. I'm actually getting a life. You know that thing that Dad told me to do all the time? I'm actually doing it.
Tessoteric has said, drunk Pecs really enthusiastically and gone, oh no, it's a podcast. Which, yeah, it shows how much love you get on this podcast, on this channel now, Judd. No, but that sounds boring, gonna be honest. Sounds boring, but I mean, yeah, more money, good, I guess.
But you know what? It's growing up. It's just growing up, isn't it?
I know, it's so shit. I hate it.
I don't hate it because I mean we make pretty much from anywhere to like 600 to a grand a week. So I'm not hating that, and I'm hanging out with a bunch of right lads and having a laugh. So I'm not
Tessoteric 6 impressed by your microphone, by the way. It's the microphone I used to use.
I bought this. On my own, and I set it up
There's
on my own
evidence.
And I
in fact, all of what Jude's using essentially is mine. In fact,
no.
the only bit of equipment you're using for this podcast that you own is the webcam.
I bought a studio light as well.
No, that's mine too. Literally, the only bit of equipment Judd is using, including the stand, the desk, the room, every single thing you can see in there, even the clothes. Literally the clothes on his back are his own clothes. The only thing that Judd actually uses, that he's using for this podcast, is the webcam. That's the only thing. Even the computer isn't his. Oh dear. He's drinking from a mug, I don't know. But yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, I've been applying for some jobs and things like that. And I was saying on the podcast, on stream, I think it was yesterday, that it's the next time that ranked on Apex resets is probably going to be the last time I can like try my best at it. Because I'm just never going to be able to have a chance to get stuck into games that much ever again. And it sounds like a sad thing, and it kind of is, but it's more of like a bittersweet thing, because it's moving on to stuff that I'm just more interested and want to do more now, like having a decent job and getting my own place and, you know, having relationships and things like that. Ew, imagine that. Ugh, gross. Yeah. So,
have we got a guest on this podcast today, Jake?
Do you want one? Do you want a guest? I can find one.
This isn't the one in your room right now.
Here we go. Come on, be a guest. Just do a guest segment. Just go do guest thing.
Okay, shall I bring the food up?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Right now?
Yes, please. Thank you, wench lady.
Thank you.
Why did you say thank you?
That's your guest. That's your
okay.
That's your guest.
I didn't know if she was going to be a guest or not, because I heard her talking and I thought, oh, okay, we're going to have Jake's girlfriend on as a guest.
No. Well, maybe next week. I don't know. It depends how long she's staying here.
Just really quick. There's a little funny story that I was thinking about. I think a couple of days ago at work. Pretty much, I think it wouldn't have been the first time I met your girlfriend. I don't think. You know, when we had that night when we went to the retro arcade and we got pizza together. I'm pretty sure that wasn't the first time I met her, were it? Or was it?
No, I don't think it was. No, it's the first you'd met her before that, but only briefly. We'd like walked to the shop together, and that was it.
Yeah. Okay. But it was just I said something like just awful, like like something, you know, because it's me. I was being gross, and I said something like, right. So when are we having this freeway then? When are we all gonna have like a big gangbang? When are we gonna get nasty? And from your last girlfriend, I think I'd probably said something just as gross as something like that. You know, I expected like a what, or like something like that, but no, she went
like a little laugh maybe or something.
Yeah, like
something like horrible.
Yeah. But she went now. Let's do it. Let's do it now. And it sort of, it was like, you know, that bit on Endgame where Thor walks up to Captain Marvel and like summons Stormbreaker next to him. She don't flinch and he goes, I like this one. That was pretty much what I felt like happened.
Well, everyone likes her apparently, because Tessoteric's begging for her to come back, saying we need a more feminine aura in the podcast.
I've got feminine aura.
Yeah, right. Well, two new things, Judd, that are related to streaming. First of all, Jasmine has made her own Twitch channel as well, off the back of us doing Twitch channel, which I've featured on a couple of times.
Jake, when a woman does it, it's called an OnlyFans. Okay.
No, it's an advert for an OnlyFans Twitch channel, of course. No, but she's been doing stream. You know, like your normal just chatting e-girl thought type shit.
Yeah.
So there's that. I have a little friend in the background now. I don't know. You'll not be able to see him, but he's a little gross monster teddy.
I wish
Jasmine does fan service.
I wish you'd not said Teddy.
It's not a teddy. It's sort of like a joke on a teddy where it's just this gross looking monster thing, but it's a plushie, and it's
okay. I thought I'd really want you to just say it's just a gross little monster. It's just like some sort of weird freak creature that you found.
It is. You should watch back the podcast later, and you'll see what I mean. He looks hilarious.
He knocks
human teeth on it. It's got human teeth on it. It's like going.
Disgusting.
So we've got that also. Jasmine's mum gave me a box of poppers.
What, you mean like The ones that you crack and you sniff and it makes your butthole like all loose.
Yeah, no. But she did give me a bunch of these ones. Whoa, party!
Oh, right, okay.
So whenever I win on Apex now, I keep setting them off. So
Awesome.
yeah, that was probably really loud. I should have probably warned people of that. But yeah, that's pretty fun, huh?
Yeah.
Do you want some poppers, Judge? I'll give you some. I keep shooting them at my light, and then I have to pull crap down from it. Have you got Oh yes, nice. Hold on, my wench lady's brought me some food. This is great podcast material. Thanks, honey. Anyway, Judd, Rona update. Go.
Boris Johnson's just said that the shops are going to be open on Monday.
Yeah, why? But why though? Why has he said that?
Yeah. I kind of thought that when he said that. Like, didn't he say? I'm sure he said the 16th. I'm sure he said the 16th. Stuff will start opening up again, and gradually as well. And he's just gone. He's literally just gone. Monday. It's all back on. It's all back on Monday.
Yeah, he's just
Which
kind
is
of
only
like
the-
just
which is
sporadically
only-
going this, right?
Yeah.
Everyone? And then no one responded and he goes, tomorrow? And everyone's like, you tell us. And then he's like,
there's someone behind
next
the
week?
there's someone behind the camera going, hiya, hiya.
yeah, he just doesn't know what he's doing, does he?
I was watching it, and I'm not a Labour fan. I'm not. To be fair, I'm not an anyone fan. I don't like any of them. But I was watching him. I should say I also don't hold hold hate for Boris. I don't hold respect for him either. But he's just whatever. But when he said that, I was like, all right. So I'm pretty sure that was not the date that was set. Also, it kind of just sounds like you've just gone. It's back on. It's all back. Britain's back on, and it's like, don't do that. Don't do this, please.
Yeah, it's totally like he just can't be asked to think of a plan, so he's just doing, fuck it, just open everything. We'll just live or not. It's like, yeah. But Tessa Tarek saying you don't know politics. We don't either. We just feel like we're supposed to say it and update.
Well, no, I'd say I know enough about politics to make my own assessment to say I genuinely don't like any of you. Not one of you. None of you are getting my vote.
Yeah, I think that's fair. But I think it's as of tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? What we were on about earlier, Jasmine? How two people can not socially distance or something.
No, I think Monday.
So it's like as of Monday or something. Two
Does that mean
people from different households can meet up and not socially distance. But the things we were saying.
Only if you live alone or you've got children.
But only if you live alone or you've got children. So we couldn't. Well, I suppose. Well, I don't have children, but yeah. So it's like, but then so many people are going to be connected again, and that kind of defeats the whole purpose. I don't know. It just seems stupid.
Our country's just not handled it well, really, to begin with, and
I'm getting more and more embarrassed of our country. It's so shit. I'm so ready to jump ship and leave to Sweden or Ireland or somewhere like that.
You know, in the beginning with it all going off, I was like, no, we're doing all right. We're not doing too bad compared to other countries. And then other countries have just been getting over it and like been reporting 0 cases, and we've just still been up there as one of the highest countries. I think we're actually the highest country in the world right now.
Well, technically, America's a little bit higher, but by like 1,000 people, and they've got over double our population.
I was just gonna say.
It's insane. Although a lot more, like we've basically got the same amount of infected as America, which is embarrassing. But more people who've had it in America have died by like quite a lot, which shows our healthcare system's just way better than theirs. But yeah, Tessa Terek's asking what Jasmine's doing while I'm doing stuff, and she's just eating food on bed and chilling. That's all that's happening. So yeah.
But yeah, it's bad. It's bad. I'm not going to sit here and defend something that's not worthy of defending, because it's just not. And
there's a lot of shit that's bad going on in the world at the minute, isn't there?
It's like well, but you know, it's like, well, at least we're not going out and protesting, being locked indoors. We're not going in and we armed guns and stuff. but we are flooding beaches, so it's like we're just shit. We're just shit.
We're not really flooding beaches, not that much.
Well, we will, but we shouldn't. We shouldn't.
In our country as well, not for being allowed to go outside, but for other stuff.
Yeah.
That I don't know if we should even mention at all, because we would probably end up getting in trouble.
I've loaded both barrels for that topic, but I'd very much like to go in it. So if we can stay away from that topic, fine. I'm completely fine with that.
Do you want to give us a quick overview of what you're thinking without without saying anything that'll get us banned on a platform?
I was going to make a joke then, but that won't get us banned. No, should we do it? Are we going to pull the trigger? Are we going to pull the trigger on it and just do it?
I guess maybe just do it real quick. If anyone's a bit confused on the video version, by the way, I keep muting my mic while I'm taking bites, so yeah.
So, okay. George Floyd was killed by a police officer. It wasn't in an accident. It wasn't an accident. He was murdered. I'm willing to put that on the table.
I disagree, but not really. Devil's advocate.
Okay.
Why? Prove it.
What do you mean prove it? There was a fucking video of him kneeling on the guy's neck.
Yeah, that didn't kill him though.
No, I know. It didn't he have asthma or something, or something wrong with his. He had
pre-existing health conditions that no one could have known about. Okay. And also drugs in his system.
Okay. I did hear about that.
The thing is, people have been using this slogan of "I can't breathe," but like you can't talk if you can't breathe, you know. But
yeah, but to be fair, let
me just say, yeah, still very. I just choked on a carrot.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
No.
That's bad. That sorry. That's
bad. It's bad. Still very bad. The cop's bad. Sentenced to jail. That is correct.
I am glad that they are in prison. I'm glad those police officers are in prison. I will say this: the man was a piece of shit. If you look up his previous offense,
that's not what I'm saying. Just saying.
No, I am saying that. I'm saying that.
Only Judd is saying that. Judd's views are not affiliated with this channel at all.
If you look up his previous offences, the guy was a piece of shit. He was awful. He'd fucking rob houses and rob people. He was not a good man at all. He didn't deserve to die. He didn't deserve to be abused by the police. And I will say that a lot of good has come out of this movement. Not of his death of the movement. There has been some good stuff. A lot of places are putting in place systems that should have fucking existed in the first place. To be honest, like a system that says don't kill black people if you're a police officer, which is fucking ridiculous that there has to be a system put in place for that. But
well, look, I think we shouldn't, labour on it very often. But I think what is important to say, there's been a lot of rioting and stuff because of this. Right, rioting, bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Many years of slavery and injustice, much worse. Yeah. Rioting's still bad. They're both bad. Just because one's much more bad doesn't mean the other one's not bad. You know. Yeah. So you still have to put that into context.
It's weird. It's weird as well because I see all the time leftists when they want to make an argument to say why rioting is the Black Lives Matter rioting is good. They'll say, well, when Tommy Robinson was legally convicted, a load of white people went out and started rioting and abusing the police, and it's like both of those are bad.
Yes,
both
also
of those,
bad.
Yeah, that's also
jail
bad.
Too.
Because why do you think me saying that you going out and rioting because of this is bad means that when Tommy Robinson was locked up and there was rioting, I was on the side with it? I wasn't. You know when a football team loses and the losing team goes around and starts beating the shit out of people and starts setting fires and wrecking shit, I'm not clapping my hands. I'm
No,
not
no,
saluting
exactly.
them.
And that's
I'm
the
thinking
problem
they're
when
fucking
people like
morons.
complain at you for that. The thing is, right, their argument to that is that well, those footballers and rioters didn't face the same consequences as maybe black protesters do. Yes, that's bad. I
Yeah.
agree. That's bad. It is. But it's still not right to do violent vandalism and stuff like that. So, yeah. And I see a lot of people saying, oh, we need to ban tear gas, probably right. Need to ban rubber bullets, need to ban real bullets, need to ban all these weapons and stuff. Well, then what are you going to leave the police with? Like, I'm not saying that it's wrong to do that, but they have to have something to make them more powerful at detaining people than just the average person. They have to. Otherwise, how are they going to detain criminals? So there's a lot of things to think about, but look, all it comes down to is just stop killing each other, stop beating each other up. It's not nice. Just that's kind of it. Just don't do that. That's just it's wrong. So yes, that's that, and we're moving on from that because
how fucking simple is it? Stop being cunts. Just stop it.
Stop killing people.
Both of you, both sides, cops. Stop abusing your fucking power and being pieces of shit. Protesters, stop fucking looting Mr. Wan's Chinatown shop.
Stop abusing a good message to just go and nick some crap.
Yeah, stop using that movement and that message to do whatever you fucking want. You're both bastards. You're absolute bastards, both of you. That's it. That's pretty much it. Just all of you stop.
Everyone is badly, is what we're getting from this. Everyone is
badly. And that's what this one's called. Everyone is badly.
The world is badly. Oh dear. Tessa Terrick's comment on that, he said that his only comments were, drugs are bad. That was very offensive, Jesus Christ. The movement is like social distancing does not exist within demonstrations. Maybe don't shoot your whole mag into him just because he has a knife. If you shoot one bullet in the knee or the foot and he's unable to fight, it's not that simple, but kind of, I do understand. This is why they're trying to say to ban these rubber bullets, but if someone's got a knife, right, in America, they will point real guns at them, and if they see they've got a knife, they'll shoot them in the leg. That's kind of what they're supposed to do. But, and that can kill them, shooting them in the leg. That can definitely kill them. If they use rubber bullets, shoot them in the arm, the leg, the chest, even the head, they're not going to die, but they're out. They're, like, not going to fight you. So that's the whole point, that they exist. Now, using them on peaceful protesters, bad. But, you know, they still need to exist. You can't just stop them having them at all. But anyway, we're moving on. We're moving on now. We're moving on. Judd, have you got anything else you want to talk about?
I have one very final thing to say on it, and it's just, whenever I've been, like, looking into the subject or, like, you know, anything like that, I've always been listening to black people and black communities, because it's their struggle. It's a struggle we can all get involved in, but really at the core of it, it's their struggle. It's what they're going through. And most of the time, it's black community saying, stop wrecking shit! Stop it! There was one video I shared, and I wasn't going to share anything on it. I just wasn't. But there was one video I shared on it where there was a black woman, and it was pretty much a black neighborhood that had been fucked up, and she was just saying that these riots have just ruined her town and ruined facility. They burned down a fucking methadone clinic.
There's people on both sides who are ruining everything. We've already said it. Yeah. Everyone's bad. Everyone's doing bad in every place. Black people are wrecking white people stuff, white people are wrecking black people stuff, black people are wrecking black people stuff, white people are wrecking white people stuff. I'm sure there's plenty of Asians wrecking stuff and plenty of other races.
Actually, to be fair, Asians have been fucking sick during this. They have sat on top of their stores, and like the second that a protester comes to loot the stores, they go, no, with like a fucking gun. They're just like, nope, back, go away. So they've been sick.
Well, right, okay. Have you got anything else you wanted to talk about on the podcast today, Judd?
No, that's it.
Okay,
that's it.
I think it's then in that case, I think it's time for our regular WikiHow time. Are you ready? After last week's roaring success with Dad doing it. That was so funny.
His face.
Check out last week's podcast, if you want to know what we're talking about, we got our dad on the podcast, and it was quite funny. Okay, and today we're doing. Oh, we were going to do how to survive in the wild, but I've just spotted a perfect one: how to survive a riot.
Oh no!
Absolutely perfect.
Step one: don't be black. Step two: be a cop.
Stop. You can't do this.
But that's right though. Why are you booing me? I'm right.
Why are you booing me? I'm right. Oh dear, I need to get the controller up. Okay, so method 1 on surviving a riot. I need to change to this one. Ah, bloody bugger. There we go. Right. Wait, I think I've covered your face with chat. What's going on here? Hold on. Here we go. Right. Step 1. Prepare an escape route. So, escape route. Where are you going, Judd? What's your escape route in the riots? Because remember...
straight through the police. I'm gonna because they won't simply they will not expect it. So if if I walk
during this riot, you're most likely gonna just be at your house anyway. So you have to escape from your house. I'm guessing towards the riot. That's like
you have to escape to the riot. No, I always imagine like if I was already at the riot and things were just getting a bit too heated, I'm just gonna go up to the police officers and just go, Can I just squeeze past, please? And they'll simply not expect it, so they'll just go, yeah, and they'll move out. I'll just get through. And it'll take them a good 2 minutes before they go.
He's going to buy an Alexa. Okay, bye-bye, sir. Bye.
Okay,
have a good sleep. Right, okay, next. Remain calm. Zen. Just go.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go up to the police officers calmly and go, excuse me, sirs, may I gain entry into this 7-Eleven so that I may steal from it? And they'll go, yeah. And when the chief later goes like, why did you just let him go in and steal? So it was like, it was just calm. It was just really nice.
Third step, keep your loved ones close. So there's no closer than inside you. Am I right?
Okay,
so what I'm saying is, we're gonna smuggle our loved ones in our ass, Judd.
So I'm going up to these police officers. I'm calm. I'm really calm. But also, they can see like the Absorbaloff. You know the Absorbaloff from Doctor Who. I've just got the faces of like all my relatives poking out, going, "Help!" And I'm just like, "Excuse me, officers, and may I gain entry?"
Oh, don't get involved. But the picture they've used is someone about to thoroughly punch someone right in the face. How is that not getting involved?
Don't get involved. Here is a reference picture of getting involved.
Oh my god! Plus, like, you know that bit on JonTron where he goes, "This game system's for kids with no neck, just like me." It's that kid. Yeah. I'll share the screen with you, Judd.
Okay.
It's a guy with no neck. Why does the guy have no neck? The guy's trying to hold him by the neck to get ready to punch him, and he can't because he's got no neck. Can you see it?
It's not up for me. Oh, hold on. His neck's gone.
He's got no neck.
He's trying to like turtle into his hoodie. He's just back into his hoodie.
He's stolen his neck. That's brilliant, right? Drive carefully if you're in a car. Okay, so make sure we're in a car. So we have to hijack a car during the riots, and drive very carefully towards the police. And it doesn't say to stop at any point, so we need to make sure we continuously drive carefully. So as we're slowly approaching the police, go, "Can I come past, please?" And there's all these people going, "Help me, please!" from inside the car. And you go, "Can I come past, please? Thank you very much." And the police are like slowly forming a gap.
"Excuse me, officer. I must gain entry into KFC. Please allow me past."
Oh. Move away from the riot as calmly as possible. Yeah, you already told us that. We're in the car doing it.
That's yeah, okay. That's been
Okay,
established.
next.
Thanks.
Avoid heavy traffic areas. I'm guessing this is because you have to continuously drive carefully. So it's another tip so that you don't get into traffic. Yes, very good.
Do they expect you to just keep going? You just you start and you don't stop. You just keep moving.
Yeah. Move to a safe,
eventually you'll
enclosed
circle back
area.
round and get back to the right.
Move to a safe enclosed area. So you've got to continuously move, but only to safe areas.
Okay.
The world is no longer safe anymore. There's Rona everywhere.
Yeah. To be fair, where's a safe area
I know.
anymore?
Space.
Yeah.
You have to keep driving into
You
space.
drive into space. Your car just takes. You enter the GTA car cheat and you just start flying.
When the police part ways, they see you flying off in your car, in your BMW sedan that you've just stolen, with all these people going, oh, from inside you.
In my 2005 Honda Civic, just fucking flying away. Police are just like, well, there goes a real American hero, boy.
Right, we also have to stay informed. Not necessarily on the riots. Just maybe read an encyclopedia while you're doing all this. Read an encyclopedia. That'll do. Okay.
Guys, carrots don't actually make you see better in the dark.
Riots secured. No more riots. Oh dear.
Just somebody from the other side just goes, thanks.
Wear clothes that minimise the amount of exposed skin. Oh, I am not commenting on what that could be to make you so. I'm not commenting on why that could be a good idea. Bad. Moving on very quickly.
Oh god.
Right.
Okay, I'm with you.
Next step is legit. Carry a solution for rinsing your eyes in case you're exposed to tear gas. That's genuinely the next one.
Oh god.
Jesus Christ.
I was going to say carry around a little carton of milk, but milk is like one of the better things for it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
suppose carry around milk with you at all times.
Carry milk. I love milk, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's great. I'm going straight into the riots if I get to have milk.
In fact, to be fair, I do always just carry around little cartons of milk on me all the time. So
you do that fairly often, actually.
Yeah.
At this point in the podcast, I just want to say it's all jokes. It's all just jokes. Don't worry about it, okay? It's all just jokes. We don't mean anything offensive. It's all just jokes. At the end of the day, life just is all just jokes.
It's just one big fucking joke. And I, for one, cannot wait for the fucking punchline at the end.
Right. Keep your documents on your person if you're travelling abroad. So every single document you've ever had in your life, all those documents in those drawers behind you, Judd, you have to carry those. You have to carry them. You're going to need them.
I can't say what I was going to say. We'd absolutely get back. There'd be no way we wouldn't get back.
Shall I mute you? Shall I mute you? And then you can say it.
And then I can say it.
Yeah, but say it off camera. Like, move your head off the camera, say it, and then I'll react to it. Right, you're muted now. No, you have to move your head off the camera in case people can lip read you. Yeah, I can hear you. No, you're not muted anymore. Right, I definitely cannot repeat that. Yeah. As if they wouldn't. I know no one knows what you've just said, but as if they wouldn't notice from just looking at you.
Well, I know, but the article also tells you to wear lots of clothing that covers up most of your exposed skin.
I'm moving on again. Carry an extra phone. You have to carry an extra phone. I'm not sure. It doesn't say what for. Just have one. I guess that's to make sure
your burner phone for when you're on the streets slinging crack. You got to have your burner phone.
Literally, the last and most important step. Have a guess. Go on, dare you. Don't say anything that'll get us banned.
I don't know. I'm hoping it's be kind to others.
It's a bit more ridiculous than that, actually. Have sugar candy on hand to keep up your energy. So just have a dairy milk, maybe a chopped orange, you know. Just like some Reese's
Final
Pieces,
step:
man.
eat a Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry.
How did Snickers sneak an advert into this article?
Oh my god,
my
it's all been a Snickers advert.
Oh wow, that was brilliant. Wow, how fitting that was as well. Oh Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, that was a fun one. I enjoyed that. I don't know how every single time we do that it becomes hilarious by the end. It's all I love it. It's so fun. Right. My little monster that I've got that was on about Judy's called Horace, by the way. It's called Horace. He's been in the streams for a lot. Okay. I've got a couple of things that I thought you might find interesting to talk about. I don't know what your opinion is on these. You might find it completely boring, to be honest. But I wanted to sort of ask you about and see what you think about. iVito is here with a cat emoji, by the way. Hello. Cat emote. About, like, you know, like hype beasts and like all this sneaker culture and all these sort of like expensive shoes and that sort of thing. Like Supreme and all these.
No, because I that's a culture of humanity that I've very successfully managed to just.
So you're not into
have
it.
anything
you don't like
to do
it
with
at all.
Do I like? No,
Why?
because I don't know. It's just never appealed to me. I'm not ragging on it. It's never appealed to me. I suppose,
iVito
like,
says, hey ho and brother.
I suppose. If you want to go out and spend that much money on shoes, that's your prerogative. If you're hyping up a product, it's probably because you're getting paid to do it, so that's your job.
Yeah. See, the reason I ask is because I've been enjoying this YouTube channel, basically talking about it recently, and I'm not like I would never get into it. I'm not like gonna wear a pair of $2,000 shoes or something like that, or even like desire to own them. Like, it's just not. I'm just not interested. I like Vans shoes and Vans clothes a lot because I really like what they make. They're not incredibly expensive. I think they're very reasonably priced. And I like the brand themselves. They're like a pretty cool brand. So that's why I like Vans clothes a lot. But this hypebeast stuff, I had an epiphany about it. And mostly the sneaker stuff, but also the clothes, I guess. That it's kind of like art trading. You know, art inherently, it's not actually worth as much as it sells for and that. It's all about sort of design and rarity and things like that. And it's kind of like trading art and trading stocks, which I thought was really cool because I like to see people open these shoes, and I like to see these shoes and sort of think, do I like that design? Not thinking like, is that a shoe that I want to wear? I'm thinking, oh, is that a cool design? You know what I mean? Like, oh, do I like that painting? What do you think about it with like that?
Okay, yeah. I didn't have an opinion on it to begin with, so I can't like if that's why if you want to defend it that way, fine. It's okay.
I don't think it's a defense. I just think it's another way to think about it. And I think that's
if you want
probably
to,
the way that.
If you want to explain it that way, fine.
Yeah.
Would I weirdly thinking about it, if I had a lot of money,
Yeah.
I'd say I was more likely to spend money on art than I am shoes.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that is. Maybe it's because I'm a dirty bastard, and I probably will fuck up the shoes within 2 days of owning them.
But you don't wear them. That's the point. They are art. You like display them.
Well, in that case, me personally, I'd rather display a piece of a painting than I would some shoes.
Yeah, I get that as well, and I still think that, but I still like looking at them. I feel like these shoes should be in a museum or something more than, for those sorts of people rather than like collectors and stuff. I don't know, it's a bit weird, but I like to think. I think of them like you think of them as art first, and think, oh, do I like that design? Do I appreciate that as art? And then you can also secondly think about it like, oh, would I wear that as a shoe? Do I like it? And I think that's quite cool. Yeah, sneakerheads, that's what they're called. I do like that it's like art with another dimension to it, because you can't think, would I wear that art, a lot of the time. So, yeah, I don't know. I just thought it might, I don't know, strike up some sort of conversation or something. iVito's saying, it's pretty much the same as a collectible toy, though. I suppose, but even with a collectible toy, it has like functions and things, doesn't it?
I've got collectible toys. I own collectible toys. I go to little shops and play with them. So
yeah. So what's the difference between that and these people who get the shoes?
The difference is this has a very rich history behind it. I mean, shoes might. I don't know. And also, they probably don't cost us. I mean, some of them do. Some of them could be worth like a grand, but they're like the big, really big ones.
Well,
so
if you think about
they don't
it,
cost
that's the
us
same
much.
with this sneaker culture. Like, we only talk about the $1,000 ones because they're the most exciting. Like, Vans count as that sort of thing, and they're only like 40 to 100. So yeah, I've just seen people pay a butt ton for a toy, and it's just the value to the collector.
Yeah, absolutely. It's what you have value on it. I'm not going to knock it if you like. You're like I've become in my old age, Jake. In my ripe old age, I've become very set. I've become very zen about stuff. I don't fucking care. Just if you enjoy it, that's fine. As long as you're not, if you're not touching a child, or murdering somebody, or robbing anybody, or beating anybody up, fine. It's just fine. Honestly, I promise you.
Like it's practical use. Like its practical use is to play with a toy, and the shoe is meant to wear. But for people, they admire the design and make it the shoe. Yeah, buy cheap shoes to wear. Yeah, it's because you even when you said it, it's got a rich history behind it. Like you're talking about like the lore and stuff, but these sneakers have a genuine, rich, real world history behind them and stuff like that as well. So I think it's extremely similar, and that's why I thought you might like. I was kind of interested to see what you thought of it as well, because it's very, very similar to collecting Warhammer figures in a way. It's all about whether you think they look cool, whether you like the story behind them. You know, you can wear them, you can play with them, you can you can customize them, but I suppose on Warhammer you kind of build them yourself, so that's an extra element to it. So yeah, do you agree with that, sir?
In some stances, yeah. I think it depends on the person. Obviously, me as a person, I'm going to get more use out of these Warhammer figures than I am a set of trainers. If you're buying a Warhammer model just to look at it, and you're buying shoes just to look at them, then theoretically they serve the exact same purpose as one another. Now, if you're buying those shoes to go out and wear them at nightclubs, and I'm buying those Warhammer figures to go out and use them at nerd clubs, then again they're serving a similar purpose, just for two different types of enjoyment.
Yeah.
So it's fine. It's just fine. Everything is finally. That's the title of this.
Everything is finally.
Everything is the Fine Bros Entertainment.
Yes. Okay.
Oh shit. Sorry, are they gonna sue us for that?
Yeah, probably. In these sneaker culture things though, they have they do a lot of like brand collaborations like all the time, and that's all the most expensive shoes. Like we can Yeezy and Nike and Off-White and Bape and Supreme and all these people. They all collaborate and stuff, don't they?
Who?
What?
Bape.
Yeah, Bape. Have you never heard of Bape?
Who the? No,
it's like a Chinese one
Bape?
where they just slap camo on anything and put this weird like monkey logo.
They're meant to put fans, but their English is so bad they put Bape.
No.
Oh.
Anyway, but yeah, because do you think that makes that industry cooler? That like they're all willing to like interact with each other and collaborate with each other and that sort of thing, or do you just not care still about it?
I suppose that's cool. Yeah, why not? It's not interesting. That point of view is not interesting for a podcast. I'm sorry, I'm not giving you a reaction of me going, no, it's shit. Why would you spend so much money on a fucking shoe? But
it's sick. I love it, mate.
Or like, oh yeah, you're gonna have shoes that've got fucking Peppa Pig on it. It's honestly, if you like it, it's fine. Have your expensive shoes. I really hope you find enjoyment out of
Because the thing is, I really like it when brands collaborate. I just find it really cool. Like, fucking, at the shop. Have you seen at the shop lately? Walkers have been doing these like This podcast is sponsored by Walker's Crisps, by the way. No, it's not. They've been doing that, like all the chain restaurants in the UK, like Pizza Express and Wagamama's and Frankie and Benny's, those sorts of places. They've been doing collaborations with them to put their, like, probably most famous dish into, like, crisp form. And stuff like that. I just eat that sort of thing up. I just love it. Literally, I eat it all up. I've tried every single flavour. But I just love it. I find it so interesting.
I've not seen that.
But
I've not seen that, and I'm not. Would I try a packet? Yeah, probably. I just. Yeah, I don't know, Jake. The fucking crisps. What do you want me to say about them? Yeah,
what I'm trying to say is, do you find that brands collaborating on stuff like that as exciting as I do?
I don't find it necessarily, I don't know, exciting. If it was something I cared about, then probably. If, like, I don't know. It's just
does not find that exciting at all.
I'm not freaking out about the fact that Walkers have made a fucking Nando's flavoured crisp. I don't find that exciting.
That's one of the brands.
Maybe it tastes
very
good.
Excited. Nando's crisps, everyone. How amazing is that?
I honestly do not care. But if you enjoy that, good.
I'm not saying that, like, I get, like, hyped over it, but I'm just like, if I go into the shop and I see that, I'm like, oh, cool, that's really interesting. That's quite interesting. I want to.
No, you don't. You go into that fucking shop. You walk right over to the crisp. You march over to the crisp section. You stare dead-eyed for like a good full minute, like looking at the Pizza Express Walkers, and then let out a demonic shriek.
There's 2 flavours of Pizza Express Walkers, actually. There's a classic margarita and the hot shot pizza. It's very exciting. Ivita doesn't know what crisps is because she's a filthy American she's in the apocalypse country right now. So enjoy your apocalypse country. We'll enjoy our brand collaborated crisps.
The UK needs something to have an apocalypse over. We need an apocalypse. What's our apocalypse going to be?
We're just kind of latching on to their apocalypse, to be honest, at this point.
Yeah, so. We are. We always do that as well, don't we?
Yeah.
That's something that we do. When something kicks off in America, it's like the English have got to go, well, that's our problem as well now, isn't it? And it's like, it's not. Though that said, this thing that's happened is fair enough. It's an issue that should be faced everywhere, so that makes more sense. But I just mean in general, the UK seems to do that a lot.
Well, look, I think when I see, like, we're talking specifically about, like, supermarket food, and I go in and I see, like, a brand like Crisps is a brilliant example. They do like a release of a limited edition flavour, or like a new type of flavour or something. And that sort of thing. I like, oh, that's cool, and I always want to give it a try. I like trying new stuff. Is kind of the main thing. Ivito's on about. She's saying, I mean, it sucks what's going on, but racism isn't Jew. Isn't Jew? What? And it's about
racism isn't Jews.
No, isn't Jew like due date, and it's about time it was dealt with in the light like it is now. In new light, not like. Yeah, racism isn't new, she means. Racism isn't new, and it's about time it was dealt with. Okay, I'm not talking about it anymore. We've done too much talking about it. We don't want to get in trouble, because everyone gets in trouble when they talk about anything close to this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I got stuck on your typo. Right. But yeah, I like trying new stuff, and I think that's really cool. And so when it's not only new stuff, it's also like a collaboration. That's like extra, bit of cool. But also if stuff like like games, something that you're really into, if they do in trouble with Vito's asking if I get in trouble with no, in trouble with people like Twitch staff who will ban us and things like that. The ban hammer is very strong, apart from if you're female. Wait, that's another issue. Yeah. Legal reasons. That's the joke.
Oh no! Oh, don't tell me the Twitch staff are a bunch of fucking
Something's
neats.
Gonna get us banned on this.
Are you all neats, Twitch? Every single one of you is a sweaty little bastard, aren't you?
Please don't ban us.
Look at me! Look at me when I'm talking!
Ban us, Twitch, please don't. So, like, if games... Do you remember, back in the Game Boy Advance days, they did a collaboration between Spyro the Dragon and Crash Bandicoot? Yeah?
I don't remember that, no.
Well, they did.
Did Spyro say, "Hey, Crash from Crash Bandicoot," and Crash went, "Whoa," and that was it. That was the entire
Yeah,
collaboration.
Okay. Well, stuff
That was
like
the whole-
that. When I was a kid, that was really cool. Vito says, slip a nip. It's okay if it's on a tit. Yeah, not if it's on a guy. But and then like imagine if like I don't know, like when when there was that Minecraft Easter egg in Borderlands,
Yeah,
stuff like that. I suppose that's kind of like game brand collaboration, isn't it? What about stuff
Yeah.
like that? Stuff that you're more interested in?
yeah. I went for about a day. I went, "Whoa, cool Minecraft Easter egg."
They definitely don't want to
You know,
see.
it was all right. It
that
was fine.
our
It
nips.
was
Maybe just-
good. I don't know what this topic is. Are you? Am I excited that brands are trying to use a different form of marketing on me? No, not personally. I'm not getting super stoked over it. I'm not freaking out.
What about that taco that they did in collaboration with Doritos at Taco Bell? What about that one?
Oh, it's a Game of Thrones reference in Borderlands. All right, fine, good.
Do you not think that makes things more interesting and exciting when there's something like, oh yeah, I know that. That's quite interesting. That's fun.
No, it's just a thing. It just exists. It simply just exists,
What
and
do
that's
you like?
okay.
Like, what does bring you joy in life? What's that? That's a question. Go on. Tell us something that you like ever. Wanking.
You know the one thing that I enjoy most in life right now.
What? Is
The
it
one
something
thing
that's gonna
that-
get us banned again?
No, it's the one thing that genuinely brings me honest to God happiness is when
What?
I get home and my dog runs up to me and gives me a big hug after a long day of hard
that's
work.
Fucking gay.
That's the
That's fucking gay. That is.
that is the thing that makes me the happiest.
Vito says DoorDash. Podcast is sponsored by DoorDash.
Yeah, I should have gone. You know what brings me the greatest happiness? Honey. Honey is an application you can use for your web.
That's not the funny thing is we've not even got we've got an actual sponsor at the beginning of the podcast and that's not even it. We didn't even use
it's
that
not
one.
Honey. I don't even know who they are. I don't even know who's sponsoring it.
It's Anchor. Anchor is the best way to publish your own podcast. Everyone go download Anchor and make a podcast and promote our podcast on yours
Shut
so
up,
that
you
ours is the
fucking
biggest
shill.
podcast.
I should have said Anchor then. That would have been
Anchor
alright.
was angry with me.
Fucking plug.
I mean,
Would have been
they would have given us some props for that.
Yeah.
Ivito's telling me to shut up because dogs getting excited is great. Shut up, it's gay. Fucking shit.
Shall I get my dog?
Yeah, go on. Fine.
It's a podcast, and it's not
Yeah,
really
no
gonna.
one's gonna know.
It's not gonna track well, is it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's honestly growing up. It's hard to find joy in many things, isn't it? Like when you're younger,
Yeah,
playing games, it's dead exciting. Like getting to the end of like a story game when we were like 12, or even when we were like 14. That was brilliant. So that was what like the type of shit I lived for. Ivito kind of wants to see the dog. Well, maybe after the podcast is done, Judd can go grab his dog.
I'll get my dog.
So,
But
yeah,
it just
sure.
if you
out my camera for the dog.
if you just a dog cam, no Jake, just a dog cam. I'm fine with that. Yeah, it just is. I don't find enjoyment out of that, but it's just a thing that it's just a thing that it's as simple as that.
Do you think that as you're getting older, and as we're getting older, we're finding more enjoyment out of sort of like situations and times and memories and that are sort of more simple and real?
Yeah, absolutely. But it's not been so sunny these past few days. But when it was really sunny, I was spending hours in the garden, just sat there, just soaking up the sun and eating barbecue and drinking beers and just I'd probably go about like 30-45 minutes of that time without even touching my phone, without even touching my cock. I just it was just I'm 21 years old. I'm an old man now. I need to just sit down and relax.
That's what I was going to say, is that it's kind of sad that we're already at that middle-aged man stage. Like,
Yeah.
really, at our age, we should have the potential to wanting to be going travelling or, like, wanting to, go to festivals
But
or whatever.
I want to do that. I do still want to do those things. It's just we can't right now because we're in lockdown. We can't do it. I'd probably be going out and drinking most of the time if
Yeah.
I could. But
I'm so surprised that you're 21. How old did you think you was?
we're probably going to say I look. Yeah. Yeah.
You look
fine.
either 12 or 48.
Yeah. Yeah, I do actually. It's weird.
I know what you mean, but the thing is, like, having a full-time job and stuff like that makes it harder. Like, you can't be dedicating your life to doing a lot of young people things, even when you're young still. It's kind of weird and kind of sad, but also it's not really sad because we want that. It's the sad thing about it is the reason why we're at that point, because of, like, being so sort of downtrodden by the world's shit. Just being like, I cannot be arsed with all your shit. Leave me alone to drink my beer in my garden with my barbecue. That's all I'm bothered about.
Yeah.
I'll go to work, I'll put up with these shit, get my money, and I'm going to come back, and that just leave me alone. That's kind of that's kind of where we're at with life. And it sounds like a cynical, bad place to be, but really it's just not really, because we're happy with it.
I truly believe I found spiritual enlightenment by just not giving a fucking shit.
Riots thinks we're actual babies talking about being middle-aged, but we're not middle-aged, but we feel it at this point because there's so much crap.
But what you don't understand is that we're not complaining.
Exactly. Like, that's kind of what we're happy with being like now.
We're just relaxed. We're just fucking chilled out about it. Just, it's fine. Everything is fine.
Actually, everything is badly. But
everything is badly.
We're just ignoring it all.
It seems a lot less badly when you simply don't care. Just
give up on life.
Care.
Stop being happy or being interested in anything. Give up on everything, right? Just give up on being happy in any way, and just sit in your garden, drink your mind-numbing liquid.
Just embrace the void. Just be content with the fact that one day you will be dead and it will all be over, finally.
Oh, dear. Well, that's a very cynical outlook on life, but the thing is, it's not wrong either. So
there you go.
Either that or, like, everyone should just, like, kill themselves. That's the other one.
That's
someone with an extremely complicated name that I'm going to try and pronounce now, but it's very hard. Their name is Kyotelexer. They say
Kylo Ren.
That is a mood indeed. You guys need a Snickers. Yeah.
I think I've got some in the other. I think I've got some in the other room. You're not when you're hungry.
So, have you downloaded any games yet, Judd?
No.
Why?
Just not wanted to.
Just don't like games. Don't like them anymore.
I've been playing games. I've just been playing World of Warcraft. I got to I think it's level 16 on World of Warcraft.
What a fucking
and
fucking nerd.
I've been doing. I built some models. That's it, pretty much. I'm not
in chat saying what's up. He wants to play Valorant with me in a bit, which is what I think I'm going to do after the podcast is up. So if anyone wants to see me play Be Bad at Valorant, yeah, I'm doing an e-boy pose. He's not
now
human,
that I
indeed.
don't like. That I'm not okay with.
You have to be okay with everything, Judd. Now you've said. Well, look, we're obviously running out of steam. We're obviously running out of shit to talk about, and people are probably bored as fuck at this point. So I'm thinking that's going to be the end of the podcast. It's nearly an hour long, so that'll do. Oh, wait a minute. I'm getting a party thing out again. Ready? We did it, everyone! A podcast! Woo! Ah, that was loud. Right, okay. That's the podcast. Thanks for tuning into the podcast. If you are watching live at twitch.tv/gamesbadly, then stick around because we're going to the stream will continue, and don't worry, Judd will get the dog. It's fine.
I'll get the dog.
But other than that, you can find the podcast on YouTube, on the Games Badly YouTube channel. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, and all of those sorts of things. Merch in the description of all that. Anchor, the best place to do a podcast. The only thing that brings us joy and happiness. Yeah, that's a podcast. Bye.
Bye.